Let's see. What do we talk about tonight, boys and girls? What are the topics for Monday Night Raw, the reaction show that we're about to give you to talk about all the great things going on in the WWE? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, McMahon putting himself over. That's cool. Hey, Roman was hyped for 2 days so he could fight Drew again. Hey, we give a 10-bell salute to the Ramblin' Rabbit. The women get one segment. Hey, WWE, there's a pay-per-view going on soon. You want to work on that? Let's mark out.
We are going to watch Battlegrounds, drink some Diet Pepsis, and talk about the Ascension.
I'm not angry. What the...
The longest-running weekly overproduced, under-talented, episodic, sometimes echoing, often infighting wrestling podcast.
Hey, welcome to episode 396 of the Markedoutwrestling podcast. Got Roode Rob here, your host for the night. We're going to talk everything Monday Night Raw and some other interesting facts and dirt sheets around the wrestling world tonight. So Raw tonight was, I don't want to just say underwhelming. I don't want to say it was shitty. I just want to say it was It happened. There it is. But I got with me Mr. Brian. Say hi, Brian.
What's going on, Rob, Adam, Board, everybody, Ascension? What's happening?
There you go, Adam.
You just introduced me before my intro.
Well,
it's okay. He was paying it forward, kind of introducing.
Yeah, I know. I just want to point out why
Okay,
he's not
say hi, Adam.
Hi, Adam.
Okay, thank you for that. What is that, like a old
Yeah. Laughing.
Thank you. Yes. Okay, so tonight's show 396. You're either watching it on YouTube Live, Twitch Live, or where else we live right now? Facebook Live, right? So if you're live, if you're listening on a podcast, iTunes, Podbean, or Spotify, please make sure.
Or Bubba.
Or Bubba, maybe. Anywhere you're listening right now, make sure you subscribe, follow, give the thumbs up, give us some love. We'd certainly appreciate that as we build. To start the show, before we get into wrestling conversation, I do want to give a big shout out to our listener, Kashmir, guys. Kashmir.
What's up, Cash?
Kashmir is the first and only person, first of many, I should say, that sent us a tip. That's right. If you go to a link below our video, it'll say support us, and there's different options there. You can also just go to Venmo or Cash App and look for @Ravepro. That's RAVEPRO. If you want to throw us a tip, man, we certainly appreciate that. We're not going to beg for it, but thank you, Kashmir, for that. You are definitely in consideration for Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah,
It'll at least get you a mention on the show, apparently.
Right. So tonight, we're going to do our big-ass topics. We got our NXT Minute with Adam. We're going to do a quick speed round. We got the Smarky Awards. We're going to do dirt sheets here, there, all around the show. Kind of close them out at the end. I'm gonna read the internet for a moment. I'm gonna pick a fight with somebody.
Rob can read.
I'm gonna feed the fucking troll.
What are you going to read?
I'm gonna read a tweet battle between myself and Hall of Famer Hitman Brian York.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to town on him.
He's going back to being shitman in your eyes?
Oh, he's always been shitman. I'm gonna take him to task. Take him to task right now.
Hall of Famer shitman back in the news.
That's right. So welcome to Markedoutwrestling podcast. Hey, let's talk about some wrestling.
Extra big ass topics.
All right, let's see. Extra big ass topics tonight, boys and girls. All the things that we decide that we want to talk about Monday Night Raw. If you don't hear your topic, either we'll get to it in the awards or we just won't fucking talk about it. It's one of those two things. Topic number one is going to be wild card. Oh, I'm sorry. Brian, go ahead.
Wild card, bitches.
There you go. Woo. That's topic number one. Topic number two, how to squash a tag team. Number three, women have rights, Adam.
Yeah, Adam.
Yeah.
What?
Topic number four, rest in power, Ramblin' Rabbit. I'm sorry, rest in power, Ramblin' Rabbit.
Yeah, where's our 10 bells for Ramblin' Rabbit?
We should play like Sarah McLachlan or...
yeah, because I'm torn.
Yeah, no, that's Natalie Imbruglia.
Oh, Natalie Imbruglia, yeah. Oh,
Sarah McLachlan
Arms of an Angel.
ASPCA.
Arms of the Angel. Yep.
There you go.
And number five is, hey, there's a pay-per-view.
There is?
What do you mean?
I thought there was.
Double or nothing?
Is that why we keep having go-home shows?
That's it.
One.
All right, topic number one, wild card, bitches. So Vince comes out tonight on a very hyped Monday night Roman Reigns return. And then we get what we got last time, the parade of fools, right? Come into the ring, pop test, whatever you want to call it. So we get Vince out there, and then Roman shows up. It's like, oh, they're going to do their Superman punch thing. You better not Superman punch me again. And then what's the order? Who we get next? We got Daniel Bryan next, right?
It went, Roman, Daniel Bryan, Kofi, AJ, Seth. I mean, just fucking clear the locker room at that point.
Drew
and then they
came
they brought out then Drew, and then they brought out the tag team of Baron Corbin and
Bobby Lashley. Minus.
So I mean, just bring everybody out.
Yeah. So now again the parade of fools. Why can't we just start a Raw with a wrestling match or a single promo? And why is it always just a blending of all these guys at one time? Like, let it fucking go. So that was a question. You didn't want to answer.
I'm trying to think. I don't know any other reason why. I'm trying to think. I mean, the NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, because you know how sometimes they pace the show differently because of what's around there. So maybe
they're phoning it in?
Well, I wouldn't say they're phoning it in. No.
What felt weird is if this was, let's say, the 4 guys from Raw that are in Money in the Bank, and they wanted to bring them all out for a segment, kind of do a pop test together, that kind of makes sense. To bring out 3 guys that are not part of this show to start the show and explain this crazy rule and cut promos that nobody can say right.
Yeah.
Because the SmackDown people can go to Raw and the Raw people can go to SmackDown, but only 3 at a time if they do it on Tuesdays, and then one-legged races are on Wednesdays. Like, what the hell was all that? And Vince botched it. AJ botched it. I think it was Cole botched it, and Graves caught himself. Those are the 4 that I at least caught. This was so wordy and nonsense.
What are you talking about, botch?
The trying to explain the wild card.
Yeah, Raw. I'm going to send 3 people to
it was very convoluted.
SmackDown and then 5 back to Raw, and then maybe we'll do something with it.
And Vince even said at one point, he goes, "You know what I'm saying?" And Brian goes, "No."
He did get
no, I don't.
Hello, Silverdome.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of people who have opinions and announced and called and fucked things up, let's introduce the board.
Oh, yeah, the board. Rocky Patel's here. Stike, Bang Bus, Estrada, Bomb Squad. They're all just talking about the rest in peace 10-bell salute we're going to do on number 4.
Oh, I love what Estrada's saying right there.
He says, guys, Raw was more enjoyable if you just think of it as a storyline of a millionaire with dementia attempting to write a wrestling show available only on Netflix. Now, Brian
the problem with Netflix is that none of their series or movies actually have an ending. But
right,
go ahead.
They just want to keep going for eternity.
Yeah.
But Brian asked this off air, and I posed the question to you, Rob, like, maybe this is, because of all the praise he gave himself tonight, a building block to what we were talking about.
Nah,
No. I think
we just keep regurgitating that shit. It's not ever going to happen.
I don't think that's it. I think he's just honestly trying to put himself over because of all the criticism that everyone's kind of given him. I don't want to say every segment, but a lot of them tonight, he just kept throwing in there, "I'm so brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm the best."
Yeah.
It was just
like he's
kind of
brainwashing us.
Yeah, exactly. It felt very out of place. I was like, wait, why is he saying that?
Well, putting in the reality of the world in there, last week, apparently the SmackDown got a 1.3, which, boys and girls, a 1.3, reruns of Jag get a 1.3. Okay, that's not good.
Yes,
it's a good show.
I love Jag.
It's a good show.
Yeah, that's a hot chick in it. Right?
Hey, Bang Bus says instead of Baron and Corbin coming out there to fight AJ and Seth, they should have gone Good Brothers. We were talking about it, and of course, later on, the Good Brothers are used to just stand in the corner while Revival scratches their balls. I know we'll talk about that later, but
that would be good use of talent. Look, I don't want to.
What's up, Soji?
I don't want you to, Adam. I don't want you to just blow over what I just said here, because I think that is probably the most pertinent reason why we're getting this shit in the beginning. Is because the ratings have been just pounded, and
that's why we got this wild card.
And all reports, and again, this is dirt sheets. You know, we don't know if this is true, but all the reports say that the insiders say that Vince is blaming everything but him, which goes to tonight he's putting himself over.
Of course.
So it makes me think that he was
was he preaching to the locker room?
I'm saying he's in kayfabe trying to come up with, why are the ratings down? I'm just going to write the show tonight. I gave you guys a chance, damn it. So here we go. Well, you didn't, Dad. Shut up. Yes, I did.
He's taking everybody from creative.
Well, I'm gonna get to this point. That he was just like, fuck it, I'll write my own show. He came up with this fucking idea, and it's a dumpster fire.
Well, that's what I'm going to say. Like, even just the subtle things of him trying to put himself over when he's speaking, that doesn't seem like something that he would have to write into the show. Like, he could just do that if he chooses. I mean, it's his fucking show, right? He ultimately writes everything.
Yeah. And do we think it's a coincidence, though? I mean, going to my point, Adam, is it a coincidence that the ratings are low? So Vince thinks, okay, what I need to do is I need to put Roman Reigns on this show.
More Roman.
Because more Roman, and then I need more me. Me plus Roman equals Attitude Era ratings.
And my son.
I mean, it's another way that he's trying to redo or recreate the Austin McMahon thing. The thing that I find funny is instead of trying to write a program that is good for your entire Raw roster, let's create a new rule where I can just take the top guys and shuffle them back and forth and screw the mid-card, screw the tag division. Women, you get one segment. Let's just forget about the rest of the roster. It feels like he is taking this rating thing seriously, but his reactions are all wrong.
Sure.
Changing names of wrestlers, putting people in weird gimmicks. Like, I know it's not happening, what we're talking about, the dementia angle or anything like that. I know it's not really happening. But he is legitimately putting himself in a position where all these decisions are what's the word? Like gut shot, quick reaction. Like, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Knee jerks. All of these are knee jerks. And then the next week he's like, why did I do that? I've got to undo that. Why did we tease
No,
this
why
match?
did you do that?
He's been
Yeah.
known to be very kind of fickle as far as, he'll think something one week and guys will have been
Yeah,
on
the
record
Viking
saying that
experience.
they'll avoid him because they know he'll just kind of say something and it just won't.
Like you might say hi to the boss and go, "Hey, I got an idea to change your
Right,
character."
exactly. Yeah,
Why did
yeah,
I
yeah.
talk to him?
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't wake the beast.
And within this storyline, and again, we're still talking about Raw's wild card situation here and how it's probably playing out in real life. And again, all speculation. But Vince is blaming he's blaming injuries for the ratings. He's blaming the women for the ratings, which Adam kind of agrees with. Even if he says he doesn't.
That's not what I said.
I mean, he's blaming everybody under the moon or under the sun or whatever you want to say for the ratings dropping, except for him. It's like watching the Trump presidency. It really is.
One of the
Which
dirt sheets.
I think Donald Trump's on the
Well,
board.
and how many, just like you bring up the Trump comparison, but how many, staffers of Trump have been let go during his tenure? How many people have been axed lately, Brian, by Vince? All these creative people are stepping down or he's getting fired. I mean, he's clearly blaming. I mean, he not even just like supposition Rob blaming everybody. He is literally firing them, blaming.
Yeah, you set him up. Go ahead.
Well, the head writer of Raw was apparently fired on Friday, it looks like.
Another one bites the
reported
dust.
by Fightful. No, I'm sorry.
Was
Yeah,
it-
this happened last Friday, but now it's just kind of coming out. His name is Ryan Callahan. He was the head writer. Apparently, he had it was due to an issue with Dave Kapoor, who he was known on television. Remember Ranjan Singh? He
Yes.
was the manager for who was it? Great Khali, I believe.
Sure.
Right.
Yep.
They had some backstage issue, and apparently the guy was tough to work with. Maybe this also had something to do with all the ratings being down and stuff. Maybe he was one of the scapegoats, and they just wanted. Who the fucking knows?
Yeah,
but
put his name on it.
Things are changing now. I mean, it seems like because they got rid of the head guy, so
But
who
they-
knows?
but they
Maybe
Get rid of the
it-
head guy.
It just
well,
feels
they got rid of the head writer
it feels
They got rid of a scapegoat.
it feels more like Vince tonight.
for sure.
It feels like a Vince
Well, he was
episode.
all over the episode. Well, he started strong.
But
I guess.
even to and we'll get to the women in a minute. But even to the women, one fucking segment. Here you go. You get one. This is what you get. That's it. All right. So wild card. So to close it off. So we got who's going to SmackDown tomorrow? Lars.
Now on the board, Soji
now.
says maybe the wild card will be an all right rule if Seth shows up tomorrow.
Why?
No.
So what?
I don't want. Why not
Who-
just
who
leave?
cares?
Why, you know what? Fuck that. I had to sit through months and months of a year. I had to sit through a year of some of the worst wrestling ever on Monday Night Raw, and I get the shakeup, and I actually have some hope for something better.
And 2 weeks later,
And don't shake it up again. Let Raw have a moment to shine. You know what? Fuck it. You're going to FS1. Just deal with it, SmackDown. You're going to FS1.
there's no way they could course correct.
They are going to SmackDown is going to become what it once was, a subpar kind of as if show to do all the other rivalry matches, and Raw goes back to the headline because they are not going to hold. Excuse me, they're not going to hold a 3-0 on Fox. They're going to get dropped to FS1.
They're not even
eventually.
going to get a 2-0.
No.
At this rate, they're not going to even get.
Did you see how long Herman's head was on? Pfft, gone.
Herman's head.
Yeah, you're-
Holy
I love
shit.
I
You're
love
welcome.
Herman's head.
You're welcome.
Hey, didn't Disney Pixar turn that into a movie? I swear, Inside Out was Herman's head.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, absolutely. Hey,
Yeah.
What's the board saying?
Board says they said at this point, I think Vince is throwing anything at a wall until it sticks. That's Estrada. Once
Yeah.
he finds what works for the ratings, he's going to stick to it. So, but that's my point.
Him not
Estrada.
being there.
He's just taking all these gut shots. Even if something works, he's never going to stick with it like week to week and let it play through. He doesn't know how to do a long end game build anymore because I think he's just like everybody's going to get injured before it pays off anyway. Stike says with Bang Bus, they're talking about Gallows and Anderson beat the crap out of Rollins and reform the club. They like that idea we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
And then Rocky's saying Herman's head, and so is Soji. This is okay. We are a wrestling reaction podcast. We just made a pop culture reference to Herman's head, and we got more reaction on the board than we did this topic. Just saying.
Yeah.
Great show.
2.
All right, topic number 2, how to squash a tag team. So Revival have a throwback to Revenge of the Nerds. If you're not old enough for that, you should go back and watch that, please.
Wow.
Yeah.
This whole segment.
Right. So, and they put some Uso cream. Is that what they called her? Uso hot?
Usi hot
Usi hot.
Yeah.
instead of icy hot.
Yeah, well, sure.
Trademark pending.
Yeah. And they put that in the jock straps in the draws of the Revival. And
Hilarious.
and then we get 2 grown men, established tag team, former champions, match of the year winners in NXT, veterans of the indies anyway, veterans of the industry, rolling around, rubbing their ass on the ground like a dog that can't get the last turd out of its ass when it went to take a shit. I don't know. I understand. Look, when Stone Cold and even Kurt, when they transitioned from their serious characters into their goofy characters, a la the fiddle and the fucking cowboy hat, or when Stone Cold was doing the guitar playing, I get that. Change them up, let them have some fun with some comedy routines.
Sure.
I get it. But this is just not wasn't funny.
The problem with this is, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think these guys should be booked like the APA was in the Attitude Era. We just come out, we wrestle, we kick some ass, we go away. No, I'm saying they could get more title runs and they have more gimmicks, but they shouldn't be involved in this stupid shit right here where they roll around on the floor. And even worse, they look like dipshits tonight, but what about the club? The club just standing there in the corner
Laughing.
during all
Well,
this.
they're also in purgatory.
That's what they got. That's what they got booked on tonight.
Contract purgatory.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the other thing is everybody's getting held up right now because of competition, because we ultimately know the competition is going to favor the talent in the end.
Well, give me some specifics here, Brian, because what we want to talk about right now is because the tag division is not really worth talking about. We want to talk about kind of some of the transitions that are going on and some of the back and forth with AEW, people wanting to release, extensions, whatnot. In our opinion, Revival and the club, these tag teams are ground zero for what's going on.
Absolutely.
So
A few days ago, news broke out that Revival had turned down contract extensions. They were offered 5-year, $500,000 each.
Yeah.
Just to stay.
Huge.
And so they didn't want to. They said no thanks, but no thanks. So now WWE they kind of are burying them, and it even started last week. I mean, you could say it started way further down.
Sure.
But because they said that they're not going to renew their contracts, they added another 3 months to Dash Wilder's contract, saying because of his injury that happened in 2017.
Right.
So now they added
So now you're
another
talking about
3
Revival
months.
here. Revival here.
Yeah.
Now, before you go too much further, remember right after they complained and got the belts, the next night they were kind of doing an "I told you so" on Twitter, and yet they still got the contract. So I feel like they spit in their face twice, and that's why they're being held up, Brian.
Well, they got the titles, and that was kind of them testing the waters, and then they took them off of them, and then I think that's when they realized like, oh, it's the same old shit. Like, we don't want to, we want to get outside of this whole WWE bubble.
I mean, titles are one thing. I mean, some people argue that titles are merely a prop, and that as long as I'm doing my job, putting people over when I should, presenting myself well, making myself, all the things, then I'm good with that. I'll be a good worker. I'll do my job. I'm okay with not being a champion. Some people would argue that they should be champions. But if you're constantly gonna just take my storyline and just make me into an ass of myself.
But that's what it is, though. It's just they're going to just keep getting buried. And even on the WWE website, just to kind of sum it up, they even just to tease the show for this coming week, they said that the Usos have a psychological edge over the Revival, and then they said, in other words, this could be the beginning of a whole new Revival or the first humiliation of many. The choice is up to them. So kind of throw in a little bit of fucking shade at them on their on their fucking home site.
Yeah.
A little bit of a dig towards them for turning down their contracts. It definitely seems like they're going to be burying them for fucking weeks.
So I
Right?
don't know.
I mean,
I'm split on this. It's like part of me's going. Well, I mean, if they're leaving, I guess so.
Yeah, they're not going to push them.
I mean, it's kind of vindictive. I'm not saying push them, but I guess you do what you're told.
But why would they continue to do that? That's my question.
Okay, now these.
Yeah, it's not going to build their product, their personal product, their name ID,
Right.
their brand.
It doesn't help anybody.
Yeah.
It makes me think a little bit, very, very limited, but because only of the Crockett Cup. But it makes me think a little bit of Beer Money. Beer Money was a Frankenstein team that could separate, and it would be no problem. Revival isn't quite like that. And what do you do if you are the guy whose contract is up first? Do you go try to test your waters as a solo? Do you sit at home for 6 months?
Well, it's 3 months. 3 months.
Okay, 3 months.
That's not that
So
much.
maybe he just hits the indie circuit, cuts a couple promos for 3 months, teasing that Revival could be coming to Ring of Honor or something like that, and then bam, they're on AEW. It's just 3 months. I mean, in the end, we're talking a lot about this, but if it is truly just 3 months, I'd wait. Let's say,
yeah, but here's,
Brian has to finish his announcing gig.
here's the unintended consequences. I know where you're going. Unintended consequences here is, so right now you have bad ratings on Raw, right? And then you have
Worse on SmackDown.
right? Then you have competition in the form of AEW about to come out. For all accounts, Impact has not been bad lately. Impact's been a pretty good product lately.
Not at all.
They have been increasing their value in the market. There's rumors right now that Dean Ambrose could be signing with Impact. I don't know if that's true or not. We hear AEW, we hear Impact. What I don't know.
His name's tied to everything.
But right now, and then we have Vince fucking people over like Harper with we're not gonna release you. We're gonna extend your contract. Fuck you.
It's Monday. You know what that means.
Right. So, and in Revival, they're going through their shit. I'm like, this is so bad. It's so vindictive that when these guys go to these other promotions, when they do leave, are they ever going to want to come back? Is there ever any chance they'll want to come back to WWE? And there are times when people have come and gone and everything was good. Hey, it's like getting a new job, right? Welcome back. But people are going to go, fuck, don't work for those fucking guys. They'll fuck you over in the end. Never go back there.
Well, and think about some of the guys that have left and proven they were over. Christian Cage, Drew McIntyre, a lot of people in between. Those are just, an early one and a recent one. They were world champs in a different organization, legitimate.
Right.
Had a title run, had some personality, had some push, came back to WWE, and were squandered back to the mid-card, which is where they left before they went to another promotion. Now, I know we could argue all day which promotion is bigger, but they ultimately kind of sold out. If they came back to WWE, it was for the paycheck. They were
right now it is,
like,
yeah, absolutely.
They were treated like top guys somewhere else, and they came back because who better than zeros?
I guess, but my kind of point here, Brian, is that like if I have a job, right, a company, and I hire a guy to do a job for me, and then I'm like, yeah, you're not working out what I want you to be. I'm going to let you go. And he goes and he does something. He gets better at his craft, and he comes back and says, hey, I like the job now. He comes in, he's a fucking $2 million a year salesman, fucking great. But he came back because I let him go.
Right.
Go do your thing. I'm not going to make this bad. I'm not going to fire you like an asshole.
Not the right time.
Right, not the right time for us. Same thing here. Fucking, you're going to get extended. I'm going to keep you here as long as I can, make you sit on your ass, not do your job, not get paid, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You're never going to come back. So,
I think so. When some guys sign, like Drew McIntyre is a good example because he signed right back when AEW wasn't even a thing. I mean, look at even EC3. Those guys signed back with WWE, their brand, when that wasn't even on the horizon. Now, things are changing. That's why they're offering all these contracts for, I guess, a little bit more money than what who's to say? That's another argument in itself,
Sure.
what they're worth, But now that AEW is here, I mean, it does seem like they're kind of throwing out extensions just because they do want to lock guys up.
right. Well,
But the other thing, Rob, real quick, is you put this out there, and we kind of had a little argument off air about it, or a friendly discussion, but what is the difference between Ty Dillinger and Luke Harper? I know you could argue the stock or whatever, but the only thing we truly came up with was either Vince is spiteful against Luke and not Ty Dillinger, or the pattern difference is the guys that are getting this Neville treatment are guys that did not re-sign, that were offered the money and did not re-sign.
Yeah.
Ty Dillinger, we're not going to re-sign you. Hideo Itami, not going to re-sign you. Rhino is the latest guy on the list, not going to re-sign you.
Yeah.
Goldust, you can walk too. Like, those guys have no value, really. I mean, Goldust
They pose no threat.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not going to move the needle against him. Harper has a lot of fanfare
In his opinion,
online.
but yeah.
Well, I mean, he could be a true
I'm
mid-carder.
saying Ty Dillinger could get there and be fantastic.
He could.
Sure.
He has the potential.
Yeah, he's a Ring of Honor main eventer. Sure.
Yeah. So look,
I mean that fairly. On the
What's
board,
wrong
just
with that?
real.
Why do you laugh?
Yeah, on the board real quick. Rohuldis Das joining us. Hey, what's up? And Remy Gaming late. He says, why the fuck did I think I can finally enjoy Raw without Roman? I should have known they would mess up the brand split just for him.
I cried a little bit today when I saw.
Does that mean we get the big dog again tomorrow?
I hope
Right?
so. I hope you get him tomorrow and keep him forever.
Yeah, we're probably going to get Vince again.
Hey, I just want to make this. I want to tie the ribbon here on this topic real quick. But I want to say that we are talking about all these people wanting to leave WWE because the creative sucks and this sucks and that sucks. But on the flip side, the attractive point here is that we have a billionaire owner who doesn't just want to throw money at people. He wants to have a good product. He wants to have people come out there, be themselves, and create their own characters. He wants to give them the freedom. He not only they're getting the pay.
Who says
and
that?
The pay and the W-2 and the fucking health insurance and all that stuff, but they're getting an owner now who's like, come in and make yourself. Right? That's attractive to me as a
big time
as a talent.
And they're changing their ways. WWE. Like 10 years ago, you're not going to see them signing guys and letting them keep their name and letting them keep their basically same exact gimmick from the indies.
Yeah.
They have evolved a little bit, but not quite to the level where AEW is, where they're just they're letting guys. Well, I mean, it's still early, but
the
they're letting
phenomenal
guys-
experience.
Yeah, but look
yeah.
at the way the NFL has evolved over concussions and the way they've taken care of their guys during their careers now and post. I know there was a lot of, there's a lot more awareness and things that go along with that. That's great, but they need to get with the program. Like you said, Rob, here's a competitor that's doing this. You don't have to be unionized. We're not creating a union. Everybody's got individual contracts, but we're making you W-2. It's a different kind of contract.
Yeah.
You could still have your no-competes after 90 days and expirations. You can do all that, but you're offering somebody, hey, we're going to take care of your medical expenses if you're out. We can't promise you won't lose your spot, but we can promise you that we'll take care of you.
Hey, you know what else W-2 carries? Workman's comp.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, and I'm sure it gives them a little bit of standing power to go, no, occasionally, no, I don't want to do this. The one thing that you said is the allowed creative control. A lot of guys, in my opinion, that we've talked about in recent memories, the best memories, have been when they've just been told, go out there and shoot.
Yeah.
Right, Brian? Let's just go out there and cut whatever promo you want. See if you can get yourself over, kid.
Yeah.
It was probably what they said in Gorilla.
Do your thing.
Real quick, just quick on the board. This might sound silly, but wrestling contracts, if you're signing full-time, should have opt-out in them. Then they really wouldn't be contracts. And the contracts really aren't worth anything more than a guideline on what you're going to get paid and the non-compete. The non-compete is the killer. That's the kicker. If the contract itself is paper.
Yeah, you can walk
away.
out.
Yeah, walk away. They can't sue you or...
Yeah,
Hey, guys,
if you can get a job on the local news, that's not an entertainment thing. That's a no compete. If you want to be a weatherman somewhere, go for it. If you want to go work at Lowe's, nobody's going to stop you.
Drive Uber. You're good.
They can still earn money. Just the no compete is not making them so they can't earn money. They just can't earn money wrestling.
So go ahead.
No, go on.
I was saying Soji's saying that Vince is doing now what Ted Turner did to WCW, which led to the end. Soji, I think you should do some research and homework there. I don't think you quite know what you're saying there because Ted Turner wasn't what killed WCW. It was the people who bought his empire.
And it was also the ballooning contracts.
Yeah.
The clauses where people got automatic raises and shit like that.
Yeah, Vince isn't doing that. Vince is ignoring his talent. Because I'm going to say this, and then we're going to move on, is right now the WWE talent roster is, if not equal to, better than it's ever been.
Totally.
Well, and that's the thing is you now have to put this wild card rule in, Rob, and have people jump shows instead of using the best it's ever been.
Yeah, okay.
Why not use them?
Do you think? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say wild card. Do you think that's their kind of version of like Double or Nothing? They're trying to throw their hand in like the whole like poker
Wordplay.
card.
Hey,
play.
look, we got a wild card, Rob.
I think
Deuces.
it's more like, the ratings are down. Okay, let's do something. Let's do a wild card, and we'll call it wild card.
If they bring back the Raw Roulette in the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna fucking flip my shit.
Let's do it. I want to see you flip your shit.
Yeah.
3,
Topic number 3. Hey,
We're only on 3.
women have rights, Adam.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, what the fuck, bro?
What?
You should have seen him reading
Yeah.
fucking comics
Yeah.
during the women's segment.
Oh my God!
Talking over a Naomi
it
promo.
was
Yeah.
Lacey Evans versus a jobber with 4 women that stood there holding invitations to Alice's Mad Hatter acid party.
Hey, that jobber has a name.
Okay, and what's her name?
Allie Katrina. I don't know. If
And
that's
did you
right.
know? Did you know what the invitation smelled like, Adam?
It
Do you
smelled
know?
like Lacey Evans.
No.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
indirectly.
Offensive.
Maybe.
That's what they
No.
said. It was her perfume. They said.
Yeah,
was
but what
her
did it smell
perfume.
like? What was the fragrance? Come on.
Lavender daffodils.
No.
Fuck if I know.
No. Peach
No.
cobbler.
Peach
bro.
cobbler, because she's a good old
Oh.
Southern belle.
Yeah.
Is that so? So her peach smells like cobbler. Gotcha.
So anyway, yeah. So the women's segment tonight, and it was it. I mean, you had two iterations of it. You had one where they're backstage doing the smell test, which sounds so horrible.
Smell test.
So horrible. You're making it worse. You just atomed it up.
So they're back there doing their smell your card, and then they do we're gonna stand by the ring while you wrestle a jobber. Look, man, this to me again smells like Vince blaming the women on ratings. Cut down their shit. They get one segment, and half of the roster can just stand there and look stupid while the new hot blonde beats up a jobber. I don't understand this. Becky Lynch comes out. I don't see the point in this segment at all. I don't see why you even had the women on tonight because you didn't do anything with them.
What about furthering the whole Lacey Evans aura?
No,
No.
no, because they're putting her over the entire fucking division, and they're putting her immediately into the title picture.
And the other title picture is Charlotte.
Right. I mean, no. Lacey Evans should. I have no problem with them pushing Lacey Evans to the point where she's in the title picture. That would make sense to me with the McMahon mentality.
Sure.
But this chick didn't do anything. Did the job mostly in NXT, and then now she's up and she's queen shit. No, I'm not buying it. I don't want to buy it. If you put it there and you said, "Hey, this is free, take it," I'm not taking it. I don't want this. It's one fan's perspective. But this is stupid to me. Naomi, say what you want about Natty. I said what I needed to say last week about her and Dana, but they completely shitting on the division with Lacey Evans here. I sound like a mark, but I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, what about the whole? I mean, you could say the same thing about Viking Raiders. The whole Viking experience, right? They pushed them to the moon right away.
Yeah. In fact, tonight they let them beat the champs, the current champs.
You were smiling ear to ear during that.
I
match.
was no, I was reading something, a comic maybe.
You were reading a fucking comic. You guys and your fucking comics.
No, I don't have a comic.
It was Walking Dead. Goddamn it!
I'm not a comic book guy.
What did you get on Free Comic Day?
Nothing.
You didn't get
It was Free Comic Day on Saturday, wasn't it?
I didn't go. I got kids.
Even I know.
I got kids.
I
I
know.
know it was free comic.
Yeah, but what
day.
do they give you? Like just like a shitty comic that no one really knows
the
about?
Plunger Man?
Right.
Estrada says, "Fuck it, Adam. Just start calling them divas."
Celery Boy.
Especially every time they have a shit segment like tonight. He
Eat
says,
your spinach, man.
So you know how when your kids do something good, you're like, "That's my daughter's son." When they do something bad, you're like, "Yeah, that's my wife's daughter's son."
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like when they do something good, we call them women. When they do something bad, we call them divas. Tonight,
No, that's
you
you.
do.
That's
That's
you.
you.
That's you.
Yeah.
Oh.
I call them women all the time.
all right, divas.
I'll
you two
settle
are divas.
I'll settle for knockouts. Even
No,
you can call them
Knockout's great.
Knockout's
pretty
a
good.
good division.
That's pretty good.
Knockout's
Yeah.
a good name for a division.
Yeah, because they're hot, but they're also badass.
How come
It's a double entendre, right?
Right.
Why can't there be like male knockouts? Is that a thing?
Hey, it's 2019,
Oh,
Brian.
wow,
whatever
Brian.
Right? Makes you
There
happy.
can be
dude.
LGBTQ knockouts if you want.
Has
Brian.
that argument ever been made?
I just want you to know that I'll love you no matter what.
Is Impact taking tryouts?
For you, yeah.
I'm not Canadian,
Yeah, you could do it.
and I'm not a woman.
He just wants to take the impact.
Okay. Are we done with this one?
Yep.
Please.
All right.
4,
Well, rest in power, Ramblin' Rabbit. So we had another edition of the Firefly Funhouse. Yowie, wowie. And Buzzard, our good friend Mercy the Buzzard.
Have mercy.
Oh my goodness, who knew that he was
He hates him.
he hates him. He ate the rabbit.
He hate Rambling Rabbit so badly that he ate him. And by the way,
What were the reasons again?
When you talk, since this is a wrestling reaction show, you talk about no selling. Bray and Sister Abby or whatever her name is, they seem to not even care that Mercy had just eaten Ramblin' Rabbit.
Right.
They sold that. There was no mourning period. There wasn't like, we got to come to terms with this. They're just like, whatever. The bunny's gone. Let me throw his head on the floor.
Was the word of the episode murder? I mean, come on.
We didn't get a word of the episode.
didn't.
No, I like that they didn't do. They're not going to do that every week.
No, we don't want that.
They added a new element though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The children,
The children.
the very stoic-looking
It
children.
looked like a freaking group of Miz girls. You know, the way her face was when Miz won the title? It looked like they just picked a bunch of different kids and said, here's your picture of Miz Girl.
Yeah.
We want you to make this face.
Or like Baron Corbin winning a match, and then like
if you go Nightmare on Elm Street movies, like number 3 and on, when they go to the dream sequence, they're always in some kind of goofy situation.
nailed it.
This felt like
That's where they were. It seemed like they were kind of under a trance.
Right, exactly.
Loosely.
And Bray was going to turn into Freddy and fucking kill them
Because I
all.
feel like they have to kind of tread a very fine line with making kids kind of look like they're like drugged out or whatever the fuck.
Bray is coming.
I'm just saying, you had a puppet buzzard eat a puppet rabbit with a witch laughing at it, a psychopath encouraging it,
that happened.
and then kids on the floor traumatized by it.
You're correct.
For the record,
This
though,
is fabulous.
they never actually show the buzzard. They never show Mercy actually killing the rabbit.
Oh,
right?
so
it's
you-
already dead.
You assume that it got hit by a
Well,
car.
I'm trying to think of how they kind of weave in between.
I think
the thing. No,
you're overthinking it, brother.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I feel like there's already been rumors that the whole Bray gimmick is going to get pulled because it's too edgy for 2019
No,
WWE.
fuck it.
Yeah,
ratings are in the toilet. Just fucking do whatever.
I agree.
Because
I
here's
love
the
it.
thing.
They can do a real murder on just kill him. Really kill him. Just kill him.
I am that way now because who gives a shit what sponsors think? Because sponsors aren't going to pay for your ass when you're below $1 million. They're not going to
paying
give
him right now.
You can
Right,
get the
but
general.
as soon as the contracts are up, they're not getting any good money. They're going to go out of business. They're going to slowly be all these store chains like Circuit City that we watch.
Oh yeah, we
slowly
won't
die.
get emu anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like there, no Liberty Mutual like we see right now. All these sponsors are going to go away because the ratings will go away. So right now, it's sink or swim time. Let's be honest. Shock jock type stuff can sell. Wasn't this the anniversary of the live sex show with Edge and Lita? Or something I saw
couple days ago, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that was a highly rated Raw. This is a pile of dog shit that we're all excited about, a Firefly Funhouse, because there was nothing else of really excitement.
I guess if I kind of take myself out of my body and look on it, the Firefly Funhouse is extremely fun to me, but maybe because everything else is so bad.
It's different.
It's very
a lot-
different.
It's very different from everything else. It's on
I
the
wanted
show.
to get more twisted. I wanted to get darker.
Well, Rob, Estrada brings up a good point. Why right now would anyone think this new Bray segment is too scandalous for TV? Like, what right now is so bad? I mean, we did have the heel and whatever hands, but
Oh, I don't think there's anything bad, but there are people that are fucking like, all the crazy
Mothers
parents
of
and
America
yeah,
and-
PTA. And all
did you ever watch TV Funhouse on Comedy Central?
Yeah, but comedy
That was way more perverted than this.
But you have to look at the medium where it's at. What channel is it on? What time is it on? And you have to look at what the demographic of the crowd was. WWE's demographic for the past almost 2 decades now has been the PG, has been the children. Now, we know that kids have all grown up and it's a fucking adult fan base now. They haven't figured that out yet. But these sponsors that they've had for all these years know them as family friendly. That is our demographic. That is why we are selling ad space to you. And now you're putting a psychopath with a kid's show on there.
But how is it a psychopath? Like he hasn't murdered anyone. He laughed at a puppet murdering.
Let's not split hairs here. You know what I'm trying to say. Don't be a dick.
But what has crossed the line is what I'm saying. They haven't gone so dark yet.
I
that
understand.
they've crossed the
but
line.
you can say that about any gimmick, really. Like, you could say stuff about Gold Dust. You could say stuff about fucking Ziggler, I'm sure.
Sure, and they
There's
did
stuff
think,
like that.
and stuff was said about Gold Dust. I'm sure. I'm just saying that if I'm fucking Smacky Bar, the candy bar, and I've been advertising for you with you guys forever because my demographic is little kids that love your product and root for John Cena.
Hulkamaniacs and stuff.
Right, like, yeah. And then you all of a sudden you go a psycho fucking guy with a kid show. That's a little bit past what I would need, where I want to advertise at.
Psycho
My point
Mr.
is,
Rogers.
my point is that advertisers come and go. So maybe it's just time to get new fucking advertisers.
But what about Fox? Right?
Fox
They're the ones-
wants a grown up. They want Big Show.
Yeah.
They want more sports oriented.
No, they
No,
they
they
want
want
well,
extreme. They're like extreme
they,
Doritos.
They
Brian.
want adult oriented. That's been very.
See,
clear.
I took that more as they want it more like competition based.
No,
They want it more
want
sport.
competition.
No, they want.
I know they want it more like a little bit edgier, but I didn't take that so much as they want.
I've
Live
heard.
sex show?
I've
Yeah,
heard
exactly.
both. I've heard both, but just me knowing the Fox programming, it seems to me that they like it to be more adult rather than more They're not going to Fox Sports Net, right? They're going to be an entertainment show on Fox.
Characters wanted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, once
right.
HLA makes
No,
a
that's
return,
yeah.
we'll have our answer.
What's what?
Once HLA makes a return, we'll know.
Yeah, HLA.
Remy Gaming on board says, I don't like the fact that Baron pinned Rollins. I appreciate the fact that you don't like that. I don't think any of us like it either. But to be completely honest, we're not really going to talk about it because I don't think any of us really paid attention to it.
I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it. Like, it wasn't horrible, the match, I guess, but it wasn't very. It was meh. It was This is happening.
For Baron, I enjoyed it. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Remy,
Again,
Remy
sorry.
also says, who do you think Goldberg's going to face for his return?
Isn't it Lashley? Didn't they already say?
Is it Lashley? I don't know.
I think they already
Going to
said,
be
yeah.
Roman is what he's posing?
Look, I just want to reiterate what I've said in the past before. Is I'm a storyline-driven guy. If the storyline is exciting, I'll watch the wrestling matches. If the storyline is fucking boring me, I'm gonna tune out most of the time, unless it's somebody I really want to see wrestle.
Well, Rob, you talked about this. You equated it, I think, very succinctly to me.
Yeah.
You said it's the Mankind rule. If Mankind brought you emotionally into his feuds, into his matches.
Right.
You know, this might be a 5-star match, but if I have no connection to it, what do I care?
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Number 5. Hey, WWE, there's a pay-per-view. We got a pay-per-view coming up. Hey, we had Ricochet and Robert Roode tonight for a match that really made zero sense to me as far as momentum goes for Bobby.
For
either one, honestly. But my point is, this is really the only real reference to Money in the Bank tonight. Money in the Bank is one of your big 5 in our opinions as far as pay-per-views go.
Yeah,
right?
it's replaced King of the Ring, and the original
Sure.
Big 4 is still there.
Yeah. So you should be hyping this, right? You should be creating storylines and emotional buildup and connection with the crowd. You should be making me give 2 fucks about what's going to happen other than the gimmick of there being a briefcase. And yet I'm watching going, I don't even know what the fucking card looks like. Not even talking about the match itself, the Money in the Bank match itself, where it's just a motley crew of fucking why is this happening?
Well, what's even more crazy, Rob, is this could have been the qualifier match for a spot in Money in the Bank. Instead, it's for Ricochet to keep his spot that he was just given. You know, that makes no sense. Why was this? Why did they not do a series of qualifying matches? You could build feuds out of it. You could do so much more with it. Like you said, Rob, everything else was an afterthought. Braun, who's in the Money in the Bank, is with Sammy. Baron, who's in the Money in the Bank, was in with the Seth and AJ stuff. Like, nobody was booked together.
Yeah.
Ricochet's fighting Robert Roode. There's no rhyme or reason to what they're doing. This feels really like Vince is in the back, just willy-nilly, Brian.
I definitely would have preferred, and we know we've had the conversation before, so I won't kill it. But having the qualifying matches, they didn't do that. Okay, fine,
But
whatever,
isn't
big
this
deal.
the same thing?
It is. You know, they could have, since they didn't do the qualifying matches. I feel like they at least could have, if they were gonna. I don't know. I feel like they shot themselves in the foot by just announcing all the guys that are in the matches so early. Because then we have to just drag it out and just have this bullshit in between. Whereas if they did do the qualifying thing or did have something where, you know what, I would have even like the week before had them just leave the curiosity there. And I don't even want to know who the competitors are in the match. Right? That would draw me in to be watching.
Do
every
Raw
week.
Roulette on the Go Home show to find out
There you
who's
go,
in it?
and then have HLA right out. No, I'm kidding.
Now,
Yeah, I mean, you could go down to your go home show could be where we find out who the last person in the
Right.
match is going to be. And every week I'm like, okay, let's see what they built. Yeah,
they did
why
that
not?
a few years ago when they did the belt in the Money in the Bank when they put it up and there
Yeah.
was 7 guys. They teased. They didn't give you all the guys. They gave you 3 at the beginning and then slowly teased the rest.
It just feels like the writing has become lazy and lacking in detail.
But you can
and FYI, by the way, next week is the actual Go Home show. I know the last 2 weeks
Is it
have
it's
felt
next
like it,
week?
but next week is the actual Go Home show.
And like you can make the argument, be like, all right, well, you know, that means that it's just going to be a repetitive process where every year leading up to Money in the Bank, they have the qualifying matches. But that's the beauty of it. That's how you
Right.
find. That's how you get guys that are in there. That's how you elevate the ones that might be teetering, and then the following year they'll finally they'll advance.
and it writes itself.
Right.
And Brian, segue back, this pay-per-view ultimately replaced King of the Ring, which was people fighting each other to advance.
Tournament based.
And this is where you can find out if later you can do one-offs here and find out if it would be a feud later. You could do Ricochet and Robert Roode one match, and then they go backstage and go, man, these guys had some chemistry in the ring. I know we're in the middle of our Money in the Bank storyline, but let's down the road pencil this as a feud.
You could get your dark horse for the Money in the Bank match with a fucking 20-man battle royal, right?
That night.
Yeah, this is where like somebody like
That's
Cedric
a
could
great idea.
sneak in there. Just win the battle royal, and oh my God, Ricochet's in or Cedric's in or whatever.
That's a great idea. I mean, and you could change it up every year. Why not? I mean, the creative angles that we could sit here and think of off the top of our head are anything's better than top of the show. Hey, these four are in the match.
And guess what? It's the same four that's
here
been
it
in the main
is.
event picture for the last 2 years.
For the record, though, I don't have as much of a problem with the guys that are in there as
I completely disagree with you.
I have a couple. I'm mad about Braun and Baron.
I think
I have no
Braun will
problem with any of the rest.
Braun. Do we think that any of them are going to get actually taken out? Like, do you think that this will change? Because they're having all these like.
I
That's
really
wild.
hope so.
You're saying all these. I mean, they're not doing all these
But,
changes.
but again, that's just like tonight. That's a reverse. Like if they have somebody get replaced at the end here, they could have just had that qualifier, that last spot like Rob's talking about, just empty going all the way into the go-home show. They don't have to replace anyone. They could just have it finally be filled.
Right.
Wait,
yes.
is it Miz in
Correct.
is Miz in a match?
No, Miz
that's
is
right.
in a cage match with Shane.
Oh yeah, that's great. Okay.
Yeah, outside of the 2 Money in the Bank matches, there are 6 other matches.
Yeah. So
and I bet they'll all change.
all right. So if you didn't hear a topic, we'll probably hit it in the awards. Like I know I'm going to talk about Sami Zayn in the awards, so we'll get there in a minute. Hey, real quick, I just want to tell you guys about MarkedOutGear.com. That's right, MarkedOutGear.com. You can go there. We're going to get some new shirts there here in the next week. But if you want to go there, get our really popular highest selling shirt, which is the Monday Night DVR shirt. Really cool design in the form of the Raw emblem and everything. So if you want to go on there,
And it allows you, remind you to watch a 3-hour program in an hour instead,
Yeah, we're
just by
not
fast
hating
forwarding.
on it.
Yeah,
we're
we're
not
not-
hating on it. We're
yeah.
still fans. We're still enthusiasts.
right? So if you want to go there and buy
We
that
just want to save time.
wonderful shirt designed by our own Bionic Brian, you go there and use the promo code Marked Out. That's all one word. Marked Out. It'll give you 10% off your entire order there. We got shirts, we got coffee mugs, we got the hoodie sweaters that you guys said you wanted. We put them on there, so fucking buy them. I'm just saying, they're there now.
By the way, off air kind of commentary about this. If you've ever watched Brian, by the way, Rob,
Yeah.
he'll just fast forward an episode. We play a game after we go off air. He'll fast forward the whole episode, and he just gives me the full rundown real quick.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. I wish we could.
It's like an
put
NXT
that up
minute,
there.
but of just an entire episode of Raw.
Exactly right. And one more final thing here. We got collarandelbowbrand.com. It's a great segue. I wish I'd have gone to it.
It's okay.
Collarandelbowbrand.com. That's Al Snow's, the original jobber. He's got his brand up there. Some really cool stuff. I love his design. I love his the sweatpants are great. If it's there, it's great. So go there.
Rob's at the sweatpants
And they
stage of
actually-
his life.
I am.
Right now
I am.
they have a lot of clearance stuff going on.
Oh,
So
yeah?
you can get stuff for $9.99 and then use
The marked out,
the
all one
marked
word.
out discount.
$9.99.
on top
Are
of
you
that.
out of your mind?
Oh my
And
goodness.
it's some pretty cool stuff. Yeah, check it out.
So check that out, collarandelbowbrand.com. So support the podcast, guys. We do this for the love of the thing. We just
You're supporting us. You're supporting OVW. You're supporting Al Snow. You're supporting.
At this point,
Yeah.
we do it for the love of the conversation with the fans because we're not getting much out of Raw.
fuck no. So hey, let's go ahead and do this.
What Adam?
You get the timer, Brian?
You always ask that. He's always right.
I've got it in like.
Because I can see his phone and he clearly is not ready.
I have it in 4 different languages.
All right. Let me know. Or you're just going to start when I start.
And go.
All right. So 6 dudes I haven't learned the name of yet. 3 I forgot. And 2 are the guys that give Brian a hard on. They had a 6-man tag match.
Ascension?
Wow, that was amazing.
Yeah, I don't know who won.
Thank you for that.
Techno Team 2000.
After that, Dick Jack beat Monsieur Jabber. Again, don't know
Who's
him.
Monsignor Jobert?
But
Dick
he-
Jack.
Yeah, but he had a.
Who are these guys?
Dick Jack did the GTS.
Dick
Finally,
Hideo Itami's back in NXT.
I know you're going to know these persons. And then the main event, Kushida, he finally debuted.
Hayabusa. Isn't that who?
And he made the
Wasabi?
white Oliver Miller tap out.
The what?
The white Oliver Miller tapped out to Kushida in his debut.
I'm glad that alarm went off. Like I really wanted that to end.
You don't remember Oliver Miller?
No. Who's Oliver Miller?
Really?
No.
Oliver Miller was the big fat center for the Phoenix Suns.
Oliver Twist,
Yeah, no.
Sam Perkins, Big Smooth,
Why are you saying it like it's all like you should know all the NBA history? Dude.
Robert the Tractor Trailer, Ryan, Big Country Reeves, no, Hakeem no. No,
BJ Lawton?
BJ Lawton. Nah, BJ Lawton is dead.
You. Anyway, best NXT minute ever.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
I feel enlightened.
You should be. It was your boys. I can't remember their names. That
Who?
gave you the harm out. They fought the Forgotten Dinguses. Birch and Birchoni.
Hey, there you go.
Birch and Birchoni.
Right, real quick speed round. Is it Mr. Rollins or Mrs. Wait, I'm sorry. Is it Mrs. Rollins or Mr. Lynch?
Oh, it's definitely Mr. Lynch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You think she's the one strapping it on and giving it hard?
I bet you in CrossFit style. So it's like tantric. Imagine tantric CrossFit. It's definitely Mr. Lynch.
Okay.
What'd you say? CrossFit Tantric?
Yeah.
What about a little? What's the Japanese one? Kama Sutra.
Kama Sutra.
That's actually Indian, but sure.
Indian. Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
It's okay. It's Asia.
Oh, yeah.
It's all the
East
same
Asia.
to
So what's the
Brian.
question?
Well, no.
Is it Mrs. Rollins or Mr. Lynch?
Mr. Rollins Lynch.
Yes. Yes. It's hyphenated. They're Latino.
Oh, okay. There we go.
I'm gonna just go with Brian on that one.
Thank you.
So you're welcome.
We're going to give you what you want.
Liar.
Something new. Something
This just makes me mad now.
In the coming weeks and months, you will be seeing new.
Nothing. You'll be seeing nothing of interest.
Recorded
Nothing
live
new.
from the White Table Studios.
You know, I got a Stike Leather. I gotta go with Stike Leather here on the board. He's shitting on you, Adam, right now, and I think it's deservedly
Ooh,
so.
let's hear it.
He said Velveteen Dream's version of the national anthem was cringe, but great. Adam's crapping on NXT. Your depiction of what happened in NXT, I think, was just it was shameful because NXT had some good moments, like the Velveteen Dream national anthem, and you just giving those horrible.
I can't cover that in a minute. I covered the matches.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you could say you
didn't-
didn't the actual
match
names.
card
How
this week was
wait,
terrible.
No,
a
no,
six-man tag.
No. How are you gonna cover I cover the matches? Well, you're muted, motherfucker. You're muted. How are you gonna say I cover the matches when all you did was like, here's a stupid nickname and a stupid nickname. They had a
What do
match.
you call it? Dick shit?
Dick shit.
Dick Jack.
Dick Jack and
Yeah.
who was the other guy?
He had a,
Monsieur Jabert. His name was Mansur.
they had a match.
His name was Mansur.
And that was a great match.
How can you take the one thing that is still good to us and shit on it? Shame on you. Shame on you for that. Shame. Thank you, Stike Leather, for calling his ass out. Shame on you.
That's why we love you, Stike.
Stike, you can just call in and do the NXT minute every week.
And Soji said NXT should do a Money in the Bank. Weren't that a dirt sheet, or we talked about they might be doing
We
that, Brian?
talked about it.
Well, there's rumors flying around, and there's a graphic that's really kind of what this stems
Like
from.
Alexa
You know how?
Bliss?
No, not one of those ones. It's kind of how like TV stations will release like a teaser for the upcoming. I'm sorry, not TV stations. Arenas will release promo pictures for whatever event is going to be there.
Yeah.
One of them is that was out into the World Wide Web was an NXT version of a Money in the Bank match. That included Adam Cole, Keith Lee.
But you don't think this could have been fan doctored, just kind of something?
Potentially. That's
And
why.
Keith
That's why I didn't
Lee's
really mention
injured.
it. Right.
Yeah, so there you go. That's definitely not going to be
Yeah.
it.
No.
Okay. So we're going to do the awards now, guys. And we got Marked Out Award, Biggest Push or Barry, Creative Change that you would make, the LOL Award. And then after the awards, I'll read the internet real quick. We'll do any remaining dirt sheets, and we'll call it a night. So here we go. First one's going to be the Marked Out Award. What made you mark out tonight? I am going to take the reins here. Oh God, did I just say that?
Big Dog.
Oh, I just said the big dog. I'm gonna start out of Marked Out Award for me is Ramblin' Rabbit, his untimely death. That was my marked out moment for the wrestling show. Do you hear that, WWE? That was my marked out moment for the wrestling show. Was the death of the puppet rabbit. Brian.
So we've seen Dean Ambrose leave, and we've seen I guess the symbolic newly reborn Jon Moxley.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's happening with the whole Sami Zayn. And that was my marked out award when he got thrown into the trash can. And, I mean, basically letting us know that Duke the Dumpster Droese is going to be coming back. Or Duke Jr.
I love
I'll
it.
settle for that.
Yeah.
Duke 2000.
2.0.
I like it.
Adam.
My marked out award was the spite, specifically on the kids' faces, as they just all. I mean, they locked their looks in and just waited for Bray to finish the segment. I don't know why it made me chuckle.
Yeah.
Made me mark out a little. Again, not wrestling.
Yeah.
Just like yours.
Did you take it as spite though?
I didn't hear anything he just said because I was so furious at him because he's over there chatting on the board. Take the keyboard from him.
What? It was an older segment. I didn't think it was worth bringing up.
Yes, I didn't think it was worth listening to you guys in the moment.
No.
So.
Stike says, WWE doesn't want Goldberg to go to AEW. That's why they're doing the Saudi
It's a wrestling show. Bring it up.
No, they already had the Saudi show planned.
Well, and also I think, Goldberg's old ass, let him go to AEW. That would hurt them like Main Event Mafia hurt TNA.
Yeah,
they don't want something so old and recycled.
No, that'd be stupid.
Remember, you could barely lift a little kid.
Hey, did the board give you a marked out at all?
Marked out the Ramblin' Rabbit. That's for Stike Leather. He says, you guys going live. That's marked out for Bang Bus.
What?
I think he's just kissing our ass there.
Cool.
That's it right now. Others, if you come in, we'll catch you.
All right, biggest pusher Barry, Adam.
Mine is gonna be everybody who screwed up the wild card explanation in the beginning got buried. I mean, it was so wordy and so crazy. Raw's going to here and SmackDown. What the hell?
Yeah, I think that's just I'm not gonna give you points. No. They didn't get buried. They just had a bad segment. That doesn't bury anything. They were in a fucking highlight segment. Learn your shit, Brian.
For me, it was big old Lars, good old Lars Sullivan. I think they put him in a
really.
Yeah, you need to buzz him too.
Why?
Then.
Why?
How is he getting buried? He won a match.
Push.
Oh, you doing push? I'm sorry. You got to clarify there.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was coming off the heels. I was coming off the heels of that shit. So.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I figured it was. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
One person on the board agrees with me.
Yeah.
The push for him, and for me, there was no. Are you saying Barry?
Yeah, you pick one or the
There's
other.
no Barry.
You already got one.
There was no Barry on the show.
Yeah. Don't be a Medine. You don't get
see.
both.
We'll see. Okay. So you did.
No,
your...
is he saying? Is it Barry?
You pick Barry or
oh my
push?
God, Golden Shovel.
Barry?
Okay.
Like Barry?
Yeah,
Barry Bonds?
Yes, Barry Bonds.
There's no Barry on the show.
Okay. My biggest pusher, Barry, is I'm giving it to Robert Roode. Robert Roode comes back with this big persona to beat Ricochet to lose clean to Ricochet.
Is this push or Barry? You didn't say.
It's a Barry.
Well, I didn't know. You didn't say.
I'm sorry, Brian. I thought it'd be
same thing.
I thought it'd be
same
apparent.
fucking thing.
I agree with you, Rob, because you could further the push from him beating Ricochet. And you could give Ricochet the face that makes the chase.
Yeah.
He's got to get over in the end.
Yeah.
But have Bobby look strong here in the beginning. Instead, now that they're 1-1, it's meaningless.
The
Both victories are meaningless.
The only way that it fixes itself is if Robert fucks Ricochet over at Money in the Bank.
Or what about Ken? No, he's not. No, they're not going to get that deep into it.
No.
Here it is, by the way. Bangbus says, no ass kissing. Raw ruins Mondays, and you guys save the day afterwards. That's why he was saying
Well, that's good
out.
to hear.
Thank you.
Biggest push, Stike says Lars.
Yeah.
Barry, Vince's promos, not even the crowd plays along with him anymore. That's from Soji. And
true.
I'm thinking we didn't mention it right here.
What?
But,
go ahead.
but the Lucha House Party fighting
Wow. jobbers
to a cricket audience.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking bad. Creative change. I'll start this one. My creative change. Let's talk about Sami Zayn. You have Sammy coming in there shitting on every crowd he comes around, and good shitting on too. I mean, well done. But I said last week, hey, it's time for somebody to come in here and disrupt. You need a baby face now. Who do you pick out of your entire roster? Who do you pick? You pick Braun fucking Strowman. Braun Strowman, who is already in the Money in the Bank
he's
situation.
booked in another work.
He's already there. Why do you have Braun Strowman being the babyface against Sami Zayn? How does this make any fucking sense at all? I'm blown the fuck away. Look, I don't want to bark up this tree again, but what's his fucking name? Apollo. Apollo would have been a better pick as a smiling babyface to come out here and defend the honor of the crowd. Then at least you're getting him over a little bit. You're pushing him with the crowd's, support and everything. Fucking Braun Strowman.
Braun
Fucking
Strowman,
stupid.
He's the original, hey, Brian, healer face, because this guy keeps flipping back and forth.
Yeah.
And like you said, they went to make him, anybody who walks out there against Sammy can be mega face.
Thank you, Stike Leather. Fucking Cedric Alexander would have been fucking perfect.
Anybody would have been perfect.
Perfect in this situation.
And they would have had a great match.
Yeah.
Or a rivalry, I bet.
Absolutely perfect. Thank you, Stike Leather. Brian, what you got?
Rob, this one's really for you. My creative change was having the big dog back on Monday Night Raw.
Why? Right?
Ratings.
Yeah, it helped.
Roman ratings are.
Oh.
Come on.
It's
not
the R's.
it's not a coincidence.
Roman ratings reigns.
Roadie Rob.
We have ratings.
Riot
Soji
Rob.
on the board. Late pushes. Bryan showing up on Raw. Still lost, but had a good match. So Daniel Bryan, making the return. And Mercy the Buzzard from Bang Bus, he says, biggest push, killed a toy on a PG show. That's a huge push for him.
Yeah.
Did you do your creative change, Adam?
I did not. So the show opens with a wild card rule that says we're only going to allow 3 superstars. Then after 3 superstars are on the show, we see Elias, who would be number 4. Then we see Lars, who's number 5, but Vince calls him number 4. So really, they don't even know what the fuck they're doing and changed it throughout the show.
Yeah.
This is what, just fuck there's no more rosters. We don't know how to book everybody on each roster, so we're just going to book everybody in a hodgepodge situation every fucking week. That's what this is.
Yep. Okay, so
Cedric's too busy beating EC3 on main event.
Oh my God.
That's what the board is saying.
I don't know if that's true or not, but it's probably true.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's go. We're gonna go to the LOL award. If any good creative changes
Lots
come
to
up,
choose from on LOL.
are there any good creative changes on there or no?
No,
Okay.
just the one about Braun and Cedric.
So go ahead.
switching.
Go ahead, Adam, with LOL.
Oh, Soji says creative change tonight. Have Lacey do a gauntlet type match with the women. Even if she lost, we can see how she is at wrestling.
Like the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, she hasn't fought anybody.
Okay.
I mean, that's why a lot of people were bitching earlier about her. She's just undeserving in her spot.
Me.
Just Rob. People.
No, on the board as well, not just Rob.
Oh, okay.
Not just Rob.
So
but yes.
so Estrada.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brian.
My LOL. It was Corey and Renee talking over Sammy's promo.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just felt. I don't know if Braun's music was supposed to be played
Very triggered.
early but also their commentary, or at least Renee's commentary.
Somebody
during
should
it.
come out now.
Yeah, like just totally throwing a fucking lob out there.
Shut up, bitch.
Right.
Yeah.
Just let it happen. Let it play out.
Okay. Anything on the board before I move on?
LOL, Lars almost making Vince piss his pants, his Stike. And Bang Bus says it's true. Cedric did fight EC3 and Peyton fought Nikki Cross.
Awesome.
My LOL is Charlie trying to get an interview with Shane while he's trying to hide from Miz.
That was so good.
It felt like that scene in Scary Movie with Sherry O'Terry where she's trying to get an interview while
Yes.
the person's getting killed.
Yes.
Like, what are you doing? Will you help me? No. I just want to know, what's it feel like to get stabbed?
Man, she came out of that locker room quick, didn't she, man?
Yeah, just out of nowhere. I
Shane.
think it was like a broom closet.
Shane.
See you, Remy Gaming.
My LOL is going to be the crowd reactions. I don't care. I think tonight's applause parts of the crowd sound, I think, was piped in. Every one of them sounded way too similar, and you could say it's the same crowd.
Echoey, too.
Yeah, it to me, I'm not saying there weren't natural reactions from this crowd, but I would hear a certain patter of applause, and I would not see it.
I'm going to ask the $1 million question that I don't think we actually ever found the solution to. Where the fuck was this show?
I don't know where the show was.
I think it was Cincinnati. It
was Cincinnati.
Somebody made about Cincinnati's favorite son, Baron Corbin said. And I think the only
Yeah.
reason you would mention that in his long-ass stupid intro, it was the only new part, is because they must have been in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
All right.
Soji says,
WKRP.
LOL, the bad camera work during the Miz Shane backstage fight. I said that. Talking about put it over an overhead cam so they don't look like they suck so bad.
Yeah, Stykes says check the tape, Cincy.
Okay. So that was fun.
That was.
Anything else on the board before I do this?
No, do it.
That's such a huge intro.
That was pretty, yeah.
Yeah, we
extravagant.
I love how his intros are like, heavy production. Ours are like, here's Brian.
With Adam.
Here's your thing. All right, so this is a little segment where everyone, if I see someone on a forum or online that I just think is stupid, I call you out and just call you fucking stupid. Basically, this is what this is.
Yeah, you know where to find us. Or
So
you.
this one specifically is addressed to our MOWP Hall of Famer, Brian the Shipman York, that tweeted something. He says, so what's the difference between Rawsome and SmackDown? SmackDown's hosts don't shit on every single thing. Oh, and they can have a legit discussion. Bob over Rob. Hashtag Bob over Rob.
Oh.
Right?
Ooh.
So then Double G Gaming comes to my defense.
All right.
All right, he's like, Adam is the main guy that shits on things, LOL. Adam, Bob, and Rob show would make the best shows. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Brian's cool, too. Hitman says only...
The afterthought about Brian.
Right. Hitman says only if Rob gets angry at Bob within the first topic. At some point, Rob says, fuck Bob after losing an argument. Okay. then Double G, he doesn't say fuck Bob because he lost. He says fuck Bob because Bob always thinks he wins. They both always make good points through which should be taken away. Okay, so
that part's true, by the way.
Yeah, I feel like you would agree with that.
That part is true,
no,
the one you just read.
No, I agree. And Double G, I'm not shitting on Double G. He came to the rescue. He was making some sense here. And then Adam and Bob were so right that Rob has a hate boner for Roman. And then I went on to say, why are you calling me out on fucking Roman? I don't have a hate boner for him. I never said anything about Roman. Anyway, so I just want to say, Hitman, and I know I've probably done this before, but here was my response to him on Twitter and my response in open forum, the open letter to Hitman. I am not a Roman fan. I have made that extremely clear in the history of this show. But I do not come on here to say, I hate Roman because I hate him. He's smelly and blah, 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 blah. No, whether Bob, who is a friend, I consider a friend, although I think half the shit out of his mouth is completely garbage. Every time I hate on Roman, I give legit points. Now, people who don't agree with me just choose to not address, answer, or identify them as points. They just say stupid shit. It's like arguing. I don't want to get in politics. I'll say, oh, yeah, I don't like his moveset. Not that he has a small number of moves in his moveset. I don't like that it's so unbelievable and just lame. It's as bland as fucking bland can be. I don't like it. I don't like him doing promos. I think he's stiff when it comes to charisma. I give all these points and I highlight moments that I actually identify to fit with those points, right? That's what I do. So don't make it sound like I just get on here shitting on everything. I think actually out of the three of us, I'm actually one of the more positive ones when it comes to really breaking things down. I think Adam's the fucking shit magnet here.
Yeah, I thought I'm the negative one.
Yeah, you are. I mean, no hate.
That's not a work.
Yeah.
I don't like most of this.
I give everything a fair shake. I'm one of the few people to come on here sometimes and say, oh, Raw was good while you guys shit on me all over the board.
Well, now, in fairness, agree or disagree with me, I do give you my reasons why I hate something or why I don't like something.
That's fine, but nobody was saying that, Adam. You're just making yourself all part of
defending himself.
Me, isn't it?
Yeah, why are you getting so defensive?
Right? Jesus.
Go check the tape. When he read the first tweets, you could see that my name was addressed in it. And Berto said, yeah, I'm the guy that shits on stuff. So I was just saying, yeah. I typically tend to be the guy that's more critical in a negative way.
All right. Thanks for the explanation. But so if you want to say Bob over Rob, look, again, Bob is a friend. We're a certain kind of friend. And we don't agree about a lot of things. And I think he's juvenile in his responses sometimes, and I give good points. And Bob has good points sometimes, too. The only difference is I don't always think that I'm right. I just know that some of my points are absolutely fucking correct. And if you can't rebut my points, then don't come at me like I'm just some slobbering idiot who just goes, you suck. Like the donkey from Family Guy. No. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if I'm rambling right now or not.
A little bit, but it's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
I just, I don't want to feed the trolls here.
Soji says, well, sometimes the guy on Smarkdown on the phone talks way too much, so I don't mind you, Rob.
I appreciate that. I don't know how to take that, but I appreciate that.
Less is more.
Yeah, I don't want to make this a whole defend myself segment, but I'm going to defend myself.
That's basically what you do.
I am. I'm going to defend myself. I don't come on here. One of the best reviews we got on iTunes was that somebody said they come on here and they like us because we don't just talk about how everything sucks. We talk about why everything sucks, right? We actually go into reasons why we think the shit is wrong. We also go into reasons why we think the shit is good. We also talk about what we could do to improve it. Those are the three main factors of this show that I like, is that we have constructive conversation. Yeah, sometimes we just shit on things. There are those moments. But for the most part, we have constructive conversations. So don't sit here and say that because you're the founding member of the fucking Jack Adamoff bomb squad, whatever the fuck you call it.
Yeah, I don't know at this point.
He's your butt buddy. That you think that me and Adam are somehow nemesis.
Rob gets mad because I have fans.
Wait, it's like a cult.
Just because you think we're nemesis is because we host two different shows. That doesn't make us nemesis, right?
Well, plus I'm on every show.
Yeah, we work the topics together. Don't. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm ranting. I'm sorry.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
We didn't mention it tonight much, but LOL for Soji was Joe walking behind Dominic right before the break.
Yeah.
Why didn't he Dominic's at the PC. He should have just attacked him. That should have been the message. It makes no sense. And Soji also says, he goes, I agree. You have the right to shit on Raw because it's been shit. I mean, we are critical of why, and a good example in my mind is Robert Roode. We said this face shit, Chad Gable, this is not working. Why are you doing this? He should be heel. And then they turn him heel, and so far, I mean, we've only seen him twice, but I like this gimmick better. I like this look better. I see more growth with this character. I'm more optimistic that Bobby Roode has a shot to get over now that he's in this instead of Glorious Gable Tag Division.
All right. So anyway, there you go. There's your open letter, Brian York. You want to call me out on Twitter? That's fine. I'm a grown man. I can fucking handle it.
Yeah, just call in.
Just
What are you going to do about it?
Just be legit. I'm not going to do anything. I'm doing it right now is what I'm going to do about it. I'm just going to go on air, and rather than tweet it, I'm just going to tell you. You fucking, if you're
going to make an open
should be like
challenge?
John
if you're going to
Cena.
criticize me correctly. Don't just make shit up.
Yeah, what Brian says, why don't you pull a John Cena here? Issue an open challenge. Not just to York.
Oh, that's fine.
Anybody who wants to come on.
No, that's cool. I'll
you can challenge any of us.
I'll issue an open challenge right now. Yeah, anybody out there want to call in and do a debate segment with me or a debate show with me? Fucking bring it. I'll do it. And not because I think I'm going to be right about everything I talk about, but because all of my points are going to have some kind of constructive reasoning behind it, not just, yeah, well, shut up, you're dumb.
Well, and it should lead to right or wrong, whichever side you're on is not really truly right or wrong. We could have a good discussion about it. Rob and I, we're not going to get into spoilers, but we've been talking a lot about Endgame. We both have some varied opinions, but we've had some really good discussions that have blossomed out of that.
Yeah.
You know,
Xerxes.
even
one got kind of intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that can be fun. A couple of them were just pretty cool, but that's what's good about this. So, yeah, open challenge. Bring it.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
Yeah. So
How do they get in touch?
just email us, markedoutpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, subject open challenge.
Yeah, or you can just hit us up in the DMs on at Smart Mark Show.
or
Twitter.
on IG.
On IG, yeah. Markedout Wrestling.
Markedout Wrestling.
Absolutely. So, let's see if there's anything left.
Bangba says, debating with Rob, turn him into a tomato. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. All right.
All
See you
right.
later, Stike.
See you, Stag.
All right. Go ahead.
All right, so let's talk about some of the dirt sheets and rumors and all that jazz that went on from, I guess, for the past week or so.
You know this is my favorite.
Oh, I know this is your favorite, Adam. So I'm going to start with one of the fun ones that AEW just announced. So at the upcoming Double or Nothing event, as you know, they have the Over-the-Budget Battle Royal. Now, they actually just released that they are kind of tweaking it. They're renaming it, and also they released some of the rules for the Battle Royal, and I would just like to hear your guys' opinion about it. So now they are referring to it as the Casino Battle Royal, or Battle Royale.
Okay.
And
I get it. Cause
So now they're trying
right,
to
because
get
it's Double or Nothing, right?
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas, that whole theme.
And they can't just say Casino Royale because that would.
Right. So here are the rules. There are going to be 21 wrestlers, and it's going to be an over-the-top battle royal. And it's going to start with 5 men, and every 3 minutes, a new wave of 5 men enter. Lucky 21 will enter last, and the battle royal entry
That's awesome.
numbers picked at a later date. So that's what they just released. So they're kind of
And
they're
21
rebranding.
blackjack, so they're still playing
Exactly,
into the
yeah.
theme.
So it works, and I think they're kind of getting away from the over the budget battle royal because it's not over the budget at this point, right?
Well, it wasn't over the budget 19 guys or 17 guys.
Yeah, but that was just more of like a tongue-in-cheek thing. Like they shouldn't be spending this much money on guys. That battle royals are
that's
usually
my
just
one
jobbers.
knock on this. I know I like the gimmick, but they did this, Rob. They did a battle royal at their only other pay-per-view.
But it's still a battle royal.
Yeah,
just
but
with different rules.
But they don't, and they also don't have a solid rotation of pay-per-views yet. This is their second time doing something. Let them have it, whatever. But I think that
I love it.
And it's a debut of a new concept. I love the idea of 5 and then 3 minutes later 5 more. That's great.
Now, who's to say this isn't something that maybe they can do? Like, what if the show is in fucking Paducah, Kentucky? Right? That's not really. There's not a casino theme. I don't think there is.
But I wonder if AEW, and maybe they
It
won't.
could be like Brooklyn though to NXT. They go
could,
every
could be
year.
like I do 3 words into a sentence and you just cut it off because fuck me, right?
I thought you.
No, thought I did what? You thought I said 3 words in a
was the
sentence and
same
you cut
thing.
me off?
I was very quick.
No, you weren't very quick.
You've been on diatribes tonight. I was trying to cut in there.
You're
you
very
should
rude.
talk,
You're very rude, is what you
sir.
are. Very
Took the
rude.
tape.
Very rude. So anyway, like I was saying, maybe AEW won't follow the same kind of battle plan or roadmap that WWE does. Maybe they're going to look at, hey, what cities are we going to have a better product in? And let's go to those cities. We'll sell out the arena. We'll have a better TV show because the crowd will be into it. Let's not go to Podunk, Kentucky because, frankly, we're not going to get that many fans. The TV product's going to be shit.
Sorry, Oklahoma.
I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, Oklahoma City might be a good spot. You go to the big ones.
Oh, I forgot. You're Oklahoma biased.
Yeah, well, I'm not biased.
Well,
yeah.
but
yeah.
But also, you're onto something too, Rob, in the sense that doing these type of things early and making this kind of feel a little more special by the city. It's a good gimmick, and I'm sorry, Battle Royals. How many times have they been done to death? This one, waves of 5, and because it's 21 and casino gimmick, you have one guy come in last. That is an awesome kind of just very, very simple tweak.
Yeah,
to an age-old gimmick.
And they're adding suspense to what the order is going to be.
Right.
We don't know. Rather than announcing it weeks before, like a different company is doing with a said pay-per-view.
The only thing that sucks is that they don't have a TV product yet to push that number one, that 21 spot. I wish I could watch a progression of how they play with the 21 spot. I think that'd be fun.
You can watch on YouTube, Being the Elite.
Are they doing like a series kind of thing going on? Okay.
On the Bucks, on the whole, on the Cody and that whole show.
Yeah.
They're announcing all that stuff via their social media.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the Cody promo yet for him in the Gold Dust match, you should totally watch that. It's great. What else?
Let's go.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Sasha Banks challenged Impact's Tessa Blanchard.
I heard.
To a match.
I heard about this.
And not necessarily to a match, but she said, let's wrestle. Just commenting on one of Tessa's pictures on social media. WWE wrestlers, they interact a lot with other people, but Sasha's kind of under a microscope, we could say, right? I mean, she kind of had a little bit of it seems like a falling out with management.
Sure.
So,
Absolutely.
Her doing something like this seems like it's kind of that would stoke the flame a little bit, right?
Definitely like, fuck you, I'm going to extend your contract kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, that's probably here nor there. We know it's going to be what it's going to be. She's going to want out. They don't want to let her out because Vince thinks she's being bitchy or whatever. Damn women and their nasty attitudes. But to me, I'm just looking at the match itself. Would I like to see Tessa and Sasha? I would really like to see that because Tessa's a great wrestler, and I, regardless of what people think, I think Sasha is too. I think it'd be a good match. High energy, a lot of charisma. Hey guys,
yeah.
Hey, I want to ask you this on the board, Rob, because this was brought up about the contracts. Did you ever think anyone would try to get out of contract so bad they'd fail a wellness test on purpose?
That's a rumor that's been going around too.
Yeah, that's what he said. That they're talking about that. My thing wouldn't that still give them in the no compete? Yeah, that wouldn't violate the no compete. That would just
it would. You would get fired and then.
Yeah, but you're still in no compete. If you get let go, if you get future endeavored, the no compete clause is still in effect for the 90 days.
Yeah, I agree. Right.
So if you fail a wellness test on purpose for whatever reason or however you do it, you're still in the same no compete situation.
But also unless there's a specific clause within the contract, that doesn't necessarily get you out of the contract.
That's not. I think it's like a 3-strike rule, or so it says.
Randy's on strike 5.
You can be fired. That doesn't mean that you're going to be off contract. Like we're going to pull you. They might not say the word fire. They would say we're going to pull you from all tapings and all shows. You're no longer going to be welcome in the arena.
You're
suspended indefinitely, sure, until your contract runs out. That's in my opinion what they would do. I mean, why would they just outright release somebody?
But now they're saying that, or I believe it was Meltzer was one of the ones that said that.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Was that some guys...
He gives Jews a bad name.
That there are 2 names that are, I guess, have actually thought about the idea. There's one that thought about it, and there's one that actually, I guess, tried to follow through and to no avail. It didn't work.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll just see people that are going to be fucking jacked for the next few weeks or... fucking looking high as
I don't buy it. Well, here's I know where Meltzer would get some kind of information that guy was thinking about it. Like really, somebody called Meltzer.
It's all speculation.
I'm thinking about it. And here's the other thing too: is they get fined money when they pop on these tests, these wellness.
Sure.
They get fined. I mean, I'm sorry, they might be making a lot of money, but hey, $5,000 is $5,000 no matter who the fuck you are.
And sometimes sent home off TV 30 days. That kills that kills whatever momentum you might have had.
Right.
They might put you to the back of the line. No more push. I mean, anything can happen there.
But what's better though, if you try to get fired on purpose, you'll have the 90-day compete. But Is that better than staying on the in WWE and just being in purgatory and being there for another 2 years?
Now, Brian, when you say that, like my instant thought is, if you were to Neville yourself, okay, and just go sit at home and wait and wait and wait until you can finally come back as Pac and all that. When he came back, he was in fucking great shape. So if you were somebody like Harper or whomever, yeah, fine. I'm going to go home. I'm going to pull a Sasha Banks. I'm going to pull a Neville, and I'm going to go work my ass off. I'm going to get in the best shape of my life. I'm going to get tons and tons of reps. I'm going to knock TVs into lights off freezers that look like the way Rob broke his ribs.
Studio cats.
And, studio cats suck.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying there? Like, why not do it that way? There's no reason not to.
I just don't. I don't think I don't think you understand what I'm saying, Brian. Is that if they fail the
fuck me?
Yeah, it's a good story. If they fail the wellness exam, again, it's not a either or. It's not like, hey, they could do this or they could be off contract. They're not necessarily getting knocked off their contract because they failed the exam. So they could sit at home and do the Pac thing one way or the other. If I'm making sense. I don't know if I am.
Bangbus says, as soon as I saw failed the wellness test on purpose on the chat board, he thought of EC3.
No shit. I agree with you, Adam. No, not just to take that time to work out in the gym, but go to the ring and learn new moves and
apply yourself.
Yeah,
it's no compete means you can't go wrestle for another organization. There's nothing that says you can't go be a gym rat. You can just hone your technique and add moves to your moveset. Learn other things.
You can go to George Stout School and teach for him. Just teach guys how to wrestle and learn in the process.
You just can't be on TV and get, anything.
You can buy stuff from collarandelbowbrand.com and use the discount code marked out.
Right, you could do that. You don't have to sit at home eating Cheese Whiz all day.
Markedoutgear.com works too.
All right.
Bang, bang.
I guess we discussed the whole Leo Rush thing. I know we talked a little bit about last week.
we really breezed over it, and I wish we wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Last week we were running long, and it was an afterthought.
So Leo Rush, obviously, he's been having some heat with upper management. He believes that he should be treated. I guess he has a perception of how superstars should be treated versus what the locker room, I guess, has what their vision is of how
You're trying to get this one out. I see you struggling, Brian. Would you like me to come in for the assist?
Sure, go for it.
Okay, hot tag.
Yeah, hot tag.
Okay, hot tag is
coming hot.
Leo believes that he's on the same level as everyone in that locker room, and the veterans are telling him, no, you're not there yet. And he's saying, no, I work for fucking Vince. I don't work for you. I'm not going to carry your luggage. I'm not going to have you tell me what I need to do. I'm going to have my wife with me. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. That's what I want to do. Is that what you're trying to get at? Is it?
A little bit, but it also works into the whole, I guess, wrestling hierarchy, right, and the whole backstage politics game too.
Yeah.
Because he's just a new young guy on the roster, and word is that carrying bags and doing stuff for the veterans or the guys that are already there. That's
hazing.
Yeah, it's just something that they do for. It's more of just kind of busting balls with someone that's just new.
Right.
New to you do it for not I want to say job, but it happens a lot in.
Sure.
Wherever.
Well, it happens everywhere. When I was in the Marine Corps, Brian, and I know the difference between hazing and fucking hazing, right? Like when I first went in the Marine Corps, I was a boot, and the seasoned Marines with the seasoned Marines, they would make me do stupid shit. Go get the Humvee key from Gunny, even though they don't use keys. Go give me 50 feet of flight line. Stupid shit like that. I can do with that. Here, carry my ammo bag or my ammo can or whatever. Okay, I'm the junior guy. I'm going to take my licks, and then when I get to be a senior guy, I'm going to pass those licks on. Now, there are other hazing incidents.
You do that on teams and stuff, too, not just...
But he's also taking it in a racial...
Well, okay. Well, let me finish this one. Too. I want to do this comparison. But and then I passed jump school, and I got jump wings. And if you remember the classic footage from the newscast, we wore the white T-shirts, and they would take our jump wings, and they would slam them in our chest, and we would bleed. That's crossing the line.
Sure.
Yeah, I did it. I understood that was part of it, but that caused physical injury. And I can name other ones like that I went through.
And there is the friendly hazing, and then there's the crossing the line.
But with Leo...
You're carrying someone's bags.
Right? Yeah, who cares? Carry the fucking bag.
Get over yourself.
The guy's a veteran in the industry.
It's not like what Orton does.
Right. And I think one of the examples was...
I mean, that's a bad one, right?
Yeah.
You can agree there.
One of the examples was that Mark Henry, I guess, right? Mark Henry tried to give him advice, and he just basically shit all over or just lied to Mark Henry's face.
Something about Finn Balor, too, giving him advice,
Right.
and him just kind of blowing Finn off.
Here's my thing, though, and I saw stupid shit on the internet with Mark Henry.
He's blowing Finn, Brian.
Mark Henry had, like him or not, people are saying, "Oh, he's the Uncle Tom," which I hate that. That's such an ignorance of history.
That's racist.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. But it's coming
That's
from,
worse than the Street Profits crime.
I saw other black fans saying this, which is more disappointing because Uncle Tom has such a historical relevance to it that you would put it on Mark Henry because he's a company guy. Because he's a pro WWE guy.
That's kind of his role now. He's like kind of like the backstage kind of politics. He kind of.
But why? First off, Mark Henry, he has a great life from all accounts, right? Made good money through his career, has the freedom to do things because of his success, and still has a good place within the company. Don't hate the guy. He's not an Uncle Tom because he's going with what has made him what he is. This is what he does. He's had a great career, made great money, providing for his family, sending his kids to college, all these things. Fucking yeah, he's going to be for the company that did that for him. I'm not hating that. And if you are, you're a fucking asshole. And if you use the term Uncle Tom, you're an idiot, by the way.
Well, also, everybody on NXT that like has been mentored by him speaks glowing praise.
And that's my second point there, Adam. Exactly to your point is that Mark Henry has been responsible for the careers of future legends, both black and white. For all this great talent.
He's filled in I don't want to compare him to Dusty Rhodes' impact on NXT, but he's been down there mentoring guys, and everything you see on Twitter, everything on social media, they're not just toting his junk. They're being sincere and real about how much this guy helped them.
Right.
You don't see that. I know HBK's down there. I know Albert's down there. I don't see that kind of outward praise.
Right.
Mark Henry is a legit. I mean, this is a guy. Let's be honest. That got the heavyweight title simply as a thank you for a wonderful career. They wanted to give it to him one time,
sure,
and let him be a one-time champ.
I'll go with that theory, sure, absolutely.
Yeah, it was the world belt. It didn't matter.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at like Bianca Belair, here's one. You're welcome, Bang Bus. It is she was discovered by Mark Henry. He does that kind of stuff. Don't fucking. So my point, Brian. I'm sorry to throw it off
okay.
top. My point here is that Leo. I'm sorry. Needs to grow the fuck up. He needs to grow the fuck up. You're making $300,000 a year. If you can't afford hotel rooms and rental cars, which you can write off, by the way, if you can't afford all that on $300,000 a year, then you're living outside of your fucking means, and you should just show respect to the veterans no matter what.
That's one of the big things where I think he went wrong is that he went public with actually saying that he was, a WWE superstar and living like he was broke. But actually saying that, let's see, he said, I haven't been getting paid to go to meet and greets I haven't been booked to go to meet and greets with Bobby. I haven't been getting paid for merchandise for us that has my catchphrases on them. I've been sent to live shows and TVs and forced to pay for my own rental for 5 days, as well as hotel while not making enough money to do so. Walking around broke in the biggest sports entertainment industry that there is while having 2 kids and a wife to support. Well, I feel like you shouldn't say something like about your fucking employer
now
while you're still there.
No, but here's the thing, and I speak this as a father. If he can make the money that he's making, $300K, to go on the road, I'm sorry. Yes, honey, you're gonna stay home with the 2 kids. You're gonna stay steady there, and guess what? I'm gonna get Brian and Rob to split the expenses of gas and rentals, and we'll bunk up in hotel rooms. And we'll travel together to save on costs so that we can leave our family home.
Right.
Because if you bring your family there, even if you are comped for, let's say, half a room by WWE or comped for $25 a day in meal,
sure,
that doesn't cover what you have to spend on your spouse. And so for him to say, because he's bringing his whole family, that it's WWE's responsibility to pay for all that, that's insane.
Yeah,
and that's
why
nobody's supporting that crazy notion.
Why is he bringing his family?
Yeah.
Right.
Leave them at home. I'm sorry. If you're going to pay me $300,000, I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to stray. I'm going to find 2 other married boys on the roster. And I'm like, look, let's share some expenses. We can eat at Sizzler. We can split a hotel room.
It wasn't like she was the family was just coming to hang out and watch the matches. They were backstage. Like, when they were doing creative shit, they were back there fucking inputting and
acting like they're Randy Orton and Shane McMahon growing up backstage. I mean,
yeah, sure, absolutely.
Well, and you said $300,000, and that was actually the number that was released. That was the contract that was given
Offered.
to him.
Yeah.
And he denied.
He wanted double, right?
He no, that was it. Yeah, he wanted double.
He wanted
exactly.
$600,000.
Yeah, he wanted 6, and they said no. So now he might be also in that whole contract purgatory.
They should have given him 300.
That's his own fault. though.
Plus,
That's his fault, exactly.
Yeah, 300's good. Add merch. Give him part of Bobby's merch. Not taking away from Bobby's cut, but he is legitimately associated with him. You should give him a little bit. Take it from WWE's cut, even if it's 5%, 4%, whatever. They can afford it.
He's got
They're
an argument
fucking
in that,
billion-dollar company, right?
Well,
yeah.
maybe he's not getting merch money because nobody's buying his merch.
Well, no, but he's associated with
seriously.
it. I mean, Hart Foundation. I don't know if it worked back then, but did Jimmy Hart get any money from then? He was their manager. Or did it just go to Anvil and Brett?
I mean, maybe. Look, here's my thing. I'm sorry. I got to be real for a minute. I got to pull it away from the world of wrestling and just be real for a minute. You know, we have all been here with kids and a family. You know, having jobs that pay $40,000, you know, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, that $20,000 range. Where you know what, you figure it out, man. You fucking figure it out. Like Adam says, you split the cost of a rental car. You walk a little bit more. You buy some bread, make sandwiches if you don't want to eat out all the time. You write the shit off at the end of the year. You don't go to the most expensive hotel room. You don't try to be a playboy when you're out there. And you live within your means when you're home.
By the way, saying that on social media, if you look, he's always seemingly staying at really nice places.
Right.
He's always showing, your family's with you. KO shows his family all the time because he goes home.
Right.
I mean, but his fucking return videos are at a goddamn bowling alley. Like,
right.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just taking it from perspective of somebody who gets paid way less than that. And thinking even if he got 200, 225, 250 this past year before the contract offer, anybody who make that much money and tells me, and even if you take off all the costs and you're still getting paid $100,000 a year,
I can't feel bad for you.
I don't fucking feel bad for you.
You don't have to worry about things like braces and medical bills for your children. Like if my kid's teeth are fucked up, I can buy braces, no problem, on $300K.
Yeah.
I could almost pay my house off a 30-year mortgage in 10 years if I'm smart.
But after expenses, if you're getting paid $100,000, you can afford health insurance. You know, somebody with a family making $40,000 a year, Leo. I'm not buying health insurance because guess what? That's gonna fuck me up on the budget.
He's not getting a Cobra plan, Rob.
No, right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we stretched this topic out so far, but it's just asinine to me that anybody would defend this guy.
He's locked in until 2020, so I don't know what the fuck they're going to do with him now.
Well, I hope
he kind of made his bed.
I hope he
They
enjoys.
could future endeavor him and hold him hostage till 2020.
Well, not future endeavor, then hostage.
Yeah,
well, I mean, that's 90 days at least after endeavor.
We safe room you. Go sit in the safe room.
Who's going to offer him more than $300,000? Do you think he's going to go to AEW and they're going to go?
I don't think he's worth
give
it.
you 125.
I don't think he's worth it. He does some good matches. I mean, he's a good wrestler.
He's great. He's just a great talker, really.
Well, I mean, I don't even think he's that
he's
great.
above average wrestler, but he's not great.
He was known in the ring. He wasn't known as really a talker outside of the ring.
Look, by association, if anybody who talks for Bobby Lashley is going to look like a really great talker.
Okay, that's a good point.
True.
That is a very valid point. Right?
I don't think I think he thinks his value is more than it is. Obviously, he does.
Obviously,
I wouldn't pay the guy that much. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't. You're a good
And he's
valet.
young. He's so young.
Yeah.
Well, in Revival,
He's burning fucking bridges, man.
Revival
fucking
turned
bridges.
down $200K more each.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy.
2.5 over 5 years.
Hey, anything on the board, real quick?
Bangla says, I disagree. The only way Leo gets anything from Bobby merchandise is if his name or face was on it. All of the Bobby merch is just him. Shouldn't share.
I agree.
Bobby has like 6 kids to Leo's 2. so you can't
kids.
wrap it up. It makes sense.
No, I agree with Bang Buzz. I wouldn't share the merch. Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying he share. If the normal rate is 10%, Bobby still gets 10%. You throw 5 to Leo.
If Leo's good enough, have his own shirt, and people buy that instead of Bobby.
When he's with him only, not overall.
I still disagree. You can say what you want to.
Soji also says you have to start from the bottom to rise. Sometimes you get noticed more if you do what you are told.
Yeah, it's the fucking way of the world. Hey, millennials or whatever the fuck you are now, that's the way of the world. You earn your fucking way into the top spot.
Remember the click? Hunter got bitch slapped down to the bottom. From that point on, Hunter did what the fuck he was told. And he slowly got chances. He got a European title run.
Right.
He got an IC title run. He got, all the way to main eventing a bunch of different manias and having great storylines. He He walked out of WrestleMania 2000 as the champ. Great stuff. All because he fucking did as told.
Yeah.
You're going to get the opportunities and become a Vince guy. How did Taker become a Vince guy? He did as told.
Yeah,
And he was loyal, right?
Yeah.
Right, that's my point.
As a new employee, I can't call my boss and say, hey, Tom, man, I got fucked up last night. I need to take a day. I can't do that. But if I'm 2 years in, I've been busting my ass and doing what I'm told, I can call, hey, Tom, hey, man, I'm sorry. I got fucked up last night. I need to take a day. Okay, Rob,
You
go ahead and
earned
do that.
some equity.
Yeah, equity, right.
Do you think there's any kind of backlash with Bobby? Like, as far as having him, like, I don't want to say Bobby was a mentor for him.
No, I think
just because they're on TV. I'm not saying that, but
I think Bobby be pissed because it fucks up his push.
yeah,
If Leo was part of a positive, something positive for his character, and he loses it, yeah.
The Blair Witch guy.
I would be upset then. It'd be like being on a basketball team and your star player fucking pops on a piss test or his grades suck, can't play.
Yeah,
The
right
fuck, man?
before the big game against the rival,
Yeah.
and you're like,
You fucked this up. Come on, Teen Wolf.
Like, oh yeah, we this was a 6-month gimmick.
Yeah.
We're now what are we gonna do? I get a bunch of rewrites.
Yeah.
And by the way, I would be afraid of any rewrites around Vince right now.
Right. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, this is the last one, and I just want to get your guys' quick opinion on it. So Mick Foley was recently on Talk Sports Pro Wrestling show, just promoting one of his upcoming appearances. And one of the things they talked about one of the things they talked about was the whole Saudi Arabia show that was coming up in what is it, June, I believe?
Yeah, whatever.
June, whenever it is.
Yeah, we don't care.
Yeah. But one of the things he said, I can be had for a certain price, just in reference to the whole
Who said this?
show. Mick Foley.
Oh.
About Saudi Arabia, which
Okay.
is interesting because he's usually
they're like in
a
a
pretty
time
logical guy.
Yeah.
And then he said, he went on to say, if they wanted a rematch of the cell badly enough and were willing to pay for it, then my God, they'd probably get it. And then he just kept saying, working slower than I did 21 years ago, but I'd be out there.
Well, and I
Interesting mindset.
I don't mean to be mean.
Any doubt that he couldn't sell it? I mean, I think he could.
Yeah,
I think he would do it if the money was there.
and not to be mean, but that part of the world is a pop culture like. They just black hole. They don't know about any of this.
Time capsule.
Right.
Almost.
So you can bring all these guys back and they will treat it like the best thing in the world. The problem is why they let main roster storylines involved. This should be a house show to them that
Keep
they
it
show on
separate.
the network. Yeah. And you
Yeah.
want to bring back legends like Goldberg for one-offs and Brock. You don't need storylines. You can just make matches.
Yeah.
And again, it's not part of the main roster.
PGA Tour,
It can use people there.
they have the senior tour.
Yeah.
Right.
Just have
Well,
the senior tour.
But you could have active guys, let's say in this case, that comparison, you could have active PGA guys go with the senior guys for these 2
I want to
times a
see
year.
Undertaker versus Chi-Chi Rodriguez.
Yeah, like McEnroe fighting Agassi or something.
Yeah, my
Those are tennis players.
takeaway
I
is
know.
that if,
I'm a tennis guy.
yeah,
I don't know anything about golf.
just wait until you're done. You always say something, you got something to say immediately after every time somebody tries to get in. You're the fucking worst to talk with.
You pointed out like
There's
that
not
on the
much.
show.
Okay, yeah, well,
You just did it.
You do it. That's
I
all you
know.
do. You never. You can never
did
say
it.
one word either. You just got to say a whole fucking paragraph. My God, I'm thinking about what I would do for money. I mean, it's sad. It's really sad when you think about the morality of it. But yeah, if I'm Mick Foley, I got a bad hip. I probably shouldn't do this. But you're gonna offer me $2 million for that match?
For one match?
I'm
He
down.
doesn't have a bad hip anymore.
Well, there you go. He's got a bionic hip.
We're hip brothers.
You are hip brothers.
We shot. Yeah.
Dude,
Dude,
I would do some vile shit for $2 million.
Yeah, you give me $2 million, I'll use a toothbrush and clean a strip club. $2 million is $2 million. What do you want me to do?
You mean the other way around? You clean the strip club, then use a toothbrush from the strip club?
Boom, boom.
Here's my
No,
general
that's
motto.
a legit question.
Let's see. I've done a lot more for a lot less.
Yeah. Haha. My man.
Yeah. My man.
That was Brian's time in L.A., not L.I.
All right, guys. Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Rawsome. I'm sorry, Rawsome.
Rawsome.
Markedoutwrestling Podcast, episode 396. Thank you so much for listening on the live boards, the Twitch and the YouTube. And don't forget, please subscribe, thumbs up, leave a comment after the video so it'll be there forever memorialized. If you're listening on iTunes, rate and review us, please. We'd certainly appreciate that. Let me say, I think I have my...
Reviews on iTunes.
If you're on SoundCloud, is it SoundCloud? No. What's the other one we're on?
SoundCloud,
No,
Podbean,
no.
Stitcher,
No.
FM Radio.
The one we were excited about
Bubba
recently.
Radio Army. Not that one.
No, the other one we were excited about recently that we were on. Spotify.
Spotify.
Yeah. So
yeah, we're on Spotify.
If you're on Spotify, you heart it or whatever it is, and then leave a comment. Anywhere you go, just leave some shit, man. Let us see your notes.
Give us a review. We love it.
We're trying to get on all platforms. We're kind of like the Hardys in that we want to just kind of transcend space and time.
Yes.
Yeah, and we don't mind being judged. We judge. You
so
can judge us.
I'll just say final thought, just to take it back. Hey, it kind of happened organically tonight, but yeah, markedoutpodcast@gmail.com or hit us up at SmartMark Show on Twitter in the DMs. Hey, fucking open challenge. Who out there wants to debate? Let's do it. We'll do a whole show, just me and whoever you are. Shipman, you want to go? Bring your country ass. I'm down. Let's do it.
And by the way, Shipman says he doesn't participate live on the board because it doesn't work with his schedule. If you email us and say you want to do this, we'll work around your schedule and we'll just pre-tape that segment.
Yeah, we'll pre-tape that
and
shit.
We'll just air it on the show.
All right, guys. That's going to do it. Tomorrow night, Smart Down with Adam Baum and Brian. See ya.
Housekeeping. Housekeeping.
Come back later, please.
Housekeeping.
Not now.
Housekeeping.
Go away.
Here are your Marked Out Wrestling housekeeping notes. Stay informed through social media by following us on Facebook, facebook.com/markedoutthe1, Instagram @markedoutwrestling, Twitter @SmartMarkShow. Join us live and subscribe on YouTube, Marked Out Wrestling Podcast, or Twitch, Marked Out Wrestling. Listen to us using Apple Podcast, iTunes, or Podbean the following day. Send us your thoughts and opinions, or upload your custom audio segments to us using WeTransfer.com via email, markedoutpodcast@gmail.com. MOWP are members of the Electronic Media Collective and Bubba the Love Sponges, Bubba Radio Army. You can listen to us on demand on either platform. Get connected. Get connected.
Oh my God!
I said no. Okay, I clean. I stick finger in your mouth. Housekeeping.
Okay.
Okay.
Show me the money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Hello, Marked Out Wrestling listener family. This is Roode Rob, the executive producer of the show, and I'm excited to tell you about some great ways to help us continue to bring you great pro wrestling fan perspective in the coming year. Visit markedoutgear.com and browse our new line of apparel and gear. You can grab a shirt or gear with some of our favorite catchphrases from the show or some of our original concepts. And don't forget to use the promo code SmartMarkShow for 10% off of your entire order. Independent wrestlers, we'd love to support your growth by offering you a platform to market yourself. Email us, markedoutgear@gmail.com, if you are interested. We will take a minimal cut while giving you up to 90% of the profits. Also, join one of our monthly tiers on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/markedoutwrestling, and if you choose the Marking Out tier of $20 a month, we will send you an MOWP shirt as a thank you. Finally, visit collarandelbowbrand.com and use the promo code MARKEDOUT, that's all caps and one word, to receive 10% off of your entire order of Al Snow's popular pro wrestling brand apparel.
Show me the money! Show me the money! You my motherfucker!
And thank you for your support.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Marked Out Podcast is produced and edited by You Record Studios and is recorded live from Charlotte, North Carolina. Subscribe, follow, and listen to us live following WWE programming on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Download the podcast by following us at podbean.com or subscribe on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. While you're there, go ahead and give us an honest and fair review and rating. Finally, if you have enjoyed our product and would like to see us grow, please donate to us by visiting the donation link below our live video, or you can donate via Venmo and Cash App at the handle Ravepro. That's RAVEPRO.
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.